I'm Staten. No, I keep telling you, Blanket, your name is Stan. You're just spelling it wrong. Okay, I'm back. Thank you guys. Hey guys, what's up? Can someone help me? I can't play arena. Alright, I'm here. I'm helping you. Alright, we're going priest.
Light it up.
We're gonna try. Ooh, oh, I'm taking amulet. My last like 10 priest decks didn't have amulet. This is the key. I don't like snapping. When your opponent snaps and your best move is to concede, games ending by concede seem anticlimactic. I mean, you don't have to concede though, right? You can play it out. It's almost like your knowledge of the game is rewarded. You don't get punished as much for your opponent having like the nut draw or whatever. If you can identify it, you can save resources or whatever. Let's go amulet. I feel sometimes like a good concede is almost as nice as a win when you don't lose more cubes, just because like you try to convince yourself that you might win, but you know you won't, and you decide to retreat anyway. I love this card. I like this as well a lot, but let's take that. The card's really important. Well, Beetles and Undead. I forgot about Priest. I like it. I like Priest, man. Alright, we'll take a Beetle. Enchanter's a good card. These are not. Potion's pretty strong. I wouldn't mind a Peasant, but it's nice to have one potion, right? I love Mind Eater. Sad I have to pass it, but very happy we get an Elekk mount. And we're just taking a power infusion. This is all shit. I could take a big deranged doctor. I'd much rather have Moarg. I think I'll just take a conjurer because it's kind of fun. These are all pretty rough. No undead yet. Fair amount of shadow spells, but I think I'm gonna get an undead, like a sick undead with death rattle. We have Venomancer. I suppose I'll just take that, but I'm not happy about that. But giving it reborn is nice. These are all shit. I guess I just take an ooze. Feel bad. Mind Eater's great. Operative with no dragons? I'll probably get a dragon though. These make me want to barf. I'm taking Explosive Sheep? Oh my god. That's so horrible. You know what? I'm taking an Automaton. That's all there is to it. It's not the worst Doomsayer deck. Does look like a terrible deck though, huh? We'll just take the 6. You know, I'm gonna take the 6. I feel like you get a lot of good 2s sometimes. These are like unplayable trash, huh? Double mount plus trash deck? Okay, maybe that's our strat. Let's go in Porter. And probably just nab a Tolvir here because I do not have enough 2-drops. A decent undead, or a death rattle, sorry. It's a great card. These are horrible. Take the 1. Maybe I can get some more undead. Peasant's good. Merchant's great. I want a dragon, but I'm not taking a bad dragon over a great card just to activate this thing. We'll take a librarian. Could take a gorilla bot. I'm not going to, but we actually could discover off of it. Take the Talon Priest. I guess I am stuck taking the Doctor. I really wanted a Moarg instead, but it's nice. Oh man. I mean, I shouldn't take 2. Honestly, the first one's not even that good for us. We have a lot of shitty undead. Death rattles. Yeah, let's take the Cleric. 3 Talon Priests is kind of crazy. And these are shit. We'll take the Golden. Yeah, it's a deck. It's clearly the worst. Okay, let me just not set up a bet. Thank you, Taz. What's a 7-drop thing do? Elekk Mount? Elekk Mount's the best card in our deck. It's like Spike Ridge Steed, but it's much, much better. It
Light makes right.
gives a minion +4/+7 and taunt instead of +2/+6 for 1 more mana. And then Death Rattle, it summons another 4/7 taunt. It's kind of insane. I'm supposed to not do that? No, sorry. I was just looking over at my screen over here. So I was like getting ready to do it, but then I was like, you know what? Maybe Taz is doing it over there in Australia to the south. Almost like I could see it. It was so real. Alright, let's play the Peasant. I'm surprised you're playing it. Double Elekk Mount is I know it's fewer mounts than Dread's averages per his average deck, but I'll probably never get that many again, so. I'm too tired to start a run now, but I might do a run tomorrow. Arena? Yeah. Could always draft it and then start it tomorrow, or...
Understand the code.
How many mounts is Dreads or you had? Dreads had a triple mount deck. I think I've had 3 in a deck before, but even then they're... You know, you might get like 0 to 1 on average, you know? It's not like that common that you see a bunch of them.
You got the wrong guy, pal.
You know how it goes. You just kind of exaggerate and say Dreads has like more of everything than he's ever had ever. I'm gonna play that in your face. If I could kill it and heal it, I'd be more inclined. Like, and clear the board. If I'm bumping this and healing it, I might summon a sub 5 power minion or whatever. Actually might be more likely to lose my guy potentially. If he had 3 or 4 steeds opening week in Ungoro and it was my first 12 win run of that meta. Yeah, Ungoro had a ton of Spikeridge steeds for some reason. You know what it was? Not some reason. They used to have the offering bonus for new sets. So new set, like Arena wouldn't rotate. A new set would just get added to Arena. So for at some point there was probably like 10 sets in Arena or 11 or something. I don't even know how many it got up to before they went to like rotating. But the new sets and spells at one point both had an increased offering rate. I mean, I'm barely pushing any damage. Let's take a free kill. Sometimes I miss Ungoro. We had Ungoro recently, and it felt awful to play with because it was with Castle Nathri, I think. So you had a bunch of 3 mana 2/2s that just got scooped up by Deathborn all the time. Whereas drafting just Ungoro would be wonderful, I think, for a week or 2. That'd be really cool. Build an Elemental Shaman, build a Elemental Mage, build some other crap.
We will rebuild from the ground up.
Angry Bird, Flappy Bird. Goddamn pink horrendous monster. Oh, sorry, are you still talking about the bird? I thought you were talking about my genitals.
You love my
Well, that's a pleasant surprise. Went Flappy Bird to Flappy Bird into a True Silver. Yeah, True Silver shortly after. Innervate a point innervate Flappy Bird.
You're so...
The damned stand ready.
back stronger.
Shot a fireball in my hand. True Silver? Oh yeah, just True Silver. Yeah. What was that card called? Sunkeeper Tareem? My face. Oh, that keeps him alive. That's unfortunate. Dude Cleaver? Oh yeah, it had Vine Cleaver. Stein Cleaver, they called it back then. Some people called it back then. Alright, just draw a mount or a power infusion, we're good.
My fate is sealed.
Dr. Stein called it that. Yeah. That's true. Played Constructed in online Conquest tournaments, that's fun. Let's just take a quick look at Ungoro. You know, Tortolan Forager. I really wish the quests had been some draftable. I think that would have been really awesome. Drafting just Ungoro with the quests. 1 cost hunter cards. Man, these were fun, man, back then. If you would just put these in, like do an event where everybody starts with the quests and then you just draft a deck based off of that. Really fun. That would be a really cool idea. What did we have here? Just good mage, like just good stuff. No crappy theme. Honestly, Paladin's sort of the same way, right? Like, I guess it's a little bit like buff, sort of. What was the quest there? Oh, changing stats or something, right? Cast 6 spells on your main. Alright, that's different. You kind of got like a shadowy priest, sort of. Oh yeah, spell priest, that's cool. Just like combo stuff. Tokeny elemental. Some shitty discard. Taunt warrior. Stonehill defender. This is the disgusting pink monster everyone hated. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else. I never hated that card that much. My favorite card of all time. My least favorite card of all time. If quests were in, they would have to work to rebalance card offering rates. Well, again, Redbeard said just draft Ungoran, so you don't have to dilute the pool with a bunch of cards that don't work with the synergies you made for an individual set. There's no need to draft 7 different sets and make all the synergies obsolete. Makes way more sense to draft a smaller pool of cards and allow things to actually be built in a synergistic and cohesive and fun way.
Anduin versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Light makes right.
I mean, I could keep it, but if I'm gonna keep the Talon Priest, I really just want to make sure I have another play. I can buff it, right? Could work. Yeah, it could work. Might not be as fun as I think. But if it was a week or 2 long event, I think that'd be perfect. And you could see. And really, at the end of the day, can it be any worse than what they give us? It would, at the very least, be equivalent, right? You'd just be drafting sets for a week and you wouldn't like them, right? We already do that for 2 months.
Smelly fish. Yummy fish.
I can play the 2. It doesn't help me a ton. Play this. If he's just double trading and pinging on 3, it's still pretty good for us. And I will drop this on an empty board, I think. And now if we get a Talon Priest, then so be it, right? He keeps a 2-3, which makes me not want to play this because he can just ping it. We'll see what we draw.
You wish to live forever.
I just need to pay attention to Arena every 2 weeks. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't really know much about coding or anything like that. Not sure how much you would have to actually actively do to make something like that work. But it would probably require less thinking and planning than trying to come up with a collection of 7 sets or whatever that is somewhat viable, or even spending any time. And even if you just didn't, you wanted to spend the same amount of time, you just pick 1 set instead of picking 7, even if you didn't give any thought to what that 1 set was. I think what would be cool that they could do is have like two instances of Arena going on at the same time. Just Ungoro Arena, and then that could rotate to like a different set every 2 weeks. And then you could have like a more traditional Arena structure like we have right now. Maybe with, you know, whatever else that you want going on. So you wouldn't have to take away something from people who enjoy something. And I think it'd be fun to play both. Like on a course of a stream, I'd do an Ungoro draft, then I'd do like another draft. Then I'd do, you know, Castle Nathria draft, and then I'd do whatever the heck else was available for us. I don't inherently see anything wrong about that.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
You wish to
Okay, it's fine. He just needs to draw this horrible card. I got it from him. It will affect Matt London's vacation time. I don't think it would. It would reduce their workload if you replaced the system. Looking at my hand, it's very unpleasant.
You wish to live forever.
I do not wish to see these things.
I'm not
Ready?
Neither snow, nor rain, nor witch.
Yeah, I have some good cards. Double Mount. We haven't drawn one yet, but we could. Card that can be drawn. I guess I'll do this. Because just keeping this effect could be nice. I think the last draft, pick a choice between the Ungoro quest, Unite and Stormwind questline, or the legendary weapon. So if you're not able to build a synergy, you have options. That's not a terrible idea. Kind of a cool concept. Another cool concept is winning Hearthstone games, which we've been doing an awful lot of today so far. The game is much more enjoyable when I'm just winning. That's cool.
Anduin versus the Lich King.
Will serve me in death.
Light makes right.
So I play that. He just hero powers it. I think I will get rid of it. I would have thought of making it the last pick. Yeah, I mean, if you're saying you're guaranteeing the,
These are due back
guaranteeing a specific type of offering, then you could do something like that.
Me not shady.
Sure, why not, right?
This can't
I have better odds of actually getting the HP buff that way. If he's hero powering and trading, then you can just play the cultist and he'll have less on trading.
That feels good.
The last game seemed like an early concede. I think I mean, if you can't deal with a mount, you are kind of screwed, right? If you're going to, like, if you're looking at his hand and it's a like our hand remaining was a Ravencaller and his 3/3. If his hand looks like that, like you're just not getting through a mount.
You wish to live forever.
My fate is
I'm not gonna kill it because I was kind of optimistic that I could potion it. Maybe he like hits and hero powers, but he'll probably trade it off. I want to keep Banshee to play on 1. Is it that shit? I mean, he just hero powers it, which feels bad. If I could get a buff off of it, sure. If I was going first and it could eat his coin, sure. But without either of those incentives, I just don't think it's worth it. Remember, our card quality is very, very low. So keeping a 1-mana 2/1 doesn't really benefit us a ton, because we're just going to fall behind in the mid to late game in most games anyway. So rolling away a shitty 1-drop and having an extra chance at a mount or a chance to get ahead with something like this maybe might be our best bet. Oftentimes I think you need to identify how good or bad your offering was. If you have a particularly shit deck, you have to go for more high roll potential. Otherwise you're just going to lose a longer game. Even if you know, make more traditionally responsible plays, you're not really increasing your odds of winning a lot of the time. Must be cool winning Hearth all the time. If only there was some way we could have access to your vast pool of skills and knowledge 24/7. Do you mean YouTube? Do you mean the Redbeard YouTube?
You got the wrong guy, pal.
Interesting. I just want to push this damage. And yeah, he can hit here and chop here. That's not a big deal. He can hit, and hero power, which means he's only playing a 5-drop, which isn't a huge deal either. What's your cell phone number? Thanks for your thoughts. Yeah, no problem. It's hard. It's hard to identify some of those things, and sometimes I'm wrong about that stuff. But like, if you're a mage deck, maybe, and you just have like a super strong curve and a couple of fireballs, then like sometimes a 1-mana 2/1 or you're like a hunter deck can be more viable. Our deck is like pray we curve into an Elekk mount, but if you don't hit the Elekk mount, you have nothing. So if you do, then you have a chance to win.
my fate is sealed.
And it's like, yeah, it's the perfect draw on the perfect turn, but we mulliganed 1 extra card. So we got to see 1 card deeper in our deck because of the mulligan, and lo and behold, you increase your odds of finding a draw like this that might win you a game. I'm gonna take your shirt off and dance a little bit. You know, I did do that a little. Conjure, we can give it Reborn, but I think we need to do better than
Keep your
that.
thoughts to yourself.
The streets are not safe.
You wish to live.
We're just gonna spread out our threats. YouTube, why didn't I think of that? Oh yeah, check out the YouTube. Did we put out a YouTube video today? I don't know about that one.
I will not be merciful. Smelly fish.
2 best legendaries? Oh yeah, people love legendaries. You really just die? That's unfortunate. I guess we have to hit a mount like this turn to have any chance. Do I have... I have Shadow Word Undeath, but I don't have an Undead. What else could we hit?
Smelly fish! Yummy fish! All life must end.
How many? Yeah, how many frost worms? Scary. We'll take it, you know? Played to our outs, got a little lucky. I'd argue we got a little unlucky. We faced against a constructed DK there, but you know. Got the win, and that's half the battle, right? Ow.
You asked for it. Light makes right.
I don't want it. I was kind of greedy to keep the panda, but I haven't seen you draft a DK like that since release day. Hey, Jerby. But you can see he was actually dead on board, I think. The problem was that
Don't keep your
he
thoughts to yourself.
couldn't do exact damage to it because he had the 5 power minion. So he's gonna, the only way he can clear both of them was by using his weapon, and he was at 3, so he would die. Don't forget we were getting a 4/7 taunt when that minion died.
Come on, share.
You were frozen for 1 turn. My minion wasn't.
All ends with
I guess he could have traded first and then frozen the one that came out of the mount, though.
I have things you never
He might have been able to do something better with that. The minion was frozen. Oh, so he could just sit. Yeah, that probably would have been better then. Didn't I have a minion behind it though, or no? Maybe not. Either way, Noble Redbeard gets the win. Evil OP DK player can't be carried by the quality of his deck. Really, when you think about it, that's... Could not get a worse hand. Except I'm gonna have to end up blizzarding if he bumps and hits. I would concede out of frustration. Hey, whatever it takes. This song is so freaking loud. I can't freaking think. Okay, do I want a stupid 3/4? Not really.
A fine purchase.
Do I want this? You know,
I can't do that.
no.
You have my thanks.
I'm not talking to him, I'm talking to Hearthstone Shuffler that gave me this shit.
You want it? I got it.
I mean, this is fine. Oh, that's what I wanted last turn. We're only taking $1 billion. Sorry. I hate it when they refuse to play into my very obvious potion of madness. Yeah, I hate that. Maybe he'll fireball his own guy. Okay. You play around every one of your cards, Redbeard. Yeah, this guy's sniping hardcore. This is a known sniper.
Waves can sink the ship.
Or fireball. I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Mount the mount. Could heal my face. Could bump it and heal one. I mean, it's 8 damage. Pretty hard to get through it, right? Redbeard, my bro. What's up, Bob Swaggett? Wait, where the hell have you been, Bobby? I see you, Red. What am I doing? My god, that's a great emote. Also, it's blinding me. Somebody gift me a sub to Team America. Blizzard and Snap Freeze. How right. Okay, so we kind of have to win with what we've got going on here. I do not have... I guess I have an amulet. I could shuffle the amulet a few times, maybe. Maybe rebuild another board.
You cannot quell our flames.
That turns off their fire,
Common mistake.
that turns off their fire bonus. So that's cool.
Is someone injured?
I want to taunt. I guess I can just play this and hope he doesn't have another board clear. Good morning, 660 viewers. Am I on the Devil's Stream? This is the Devil's Stream. That's me. Maybe you're the devil. I'm Staten. No, I keep telling you, Blanket, your name is Stan. You're just spelling it wrong. Hello, my unshaven friend. Just want you to know that your Cosmic Synthwave plays is one of the best on Twitch. The only thing that eventually make it better is a fart sound between tracks. Given the main currency here is fart. Yeah. Always looking for ways to improve. My real name is Reed. Why don't we just get an extra 6,000 viewers and then we don't have to worry about any of this devilry. Plus February doesn't have to worry about anything ever again. I'll tell you what, if I ever get to 6,000 viewers, I will personally end Dexter's streaming career. I will personally remove him from the platform. And 16, 18. People left because they were scared of the Moloch. What's Moloch? Alright, 4 wins. Oh, you got banned in the Seinfeld channel?
Anduin versus Lady.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of Seinfeld this morning. I was in bed at the hotel, and I had checkout at 12, so I had a bunch of time to kill in the morning. So I watched like 4 hours straight of Seinfeld. Okay, maybe like 2 hours. I don't know. The channel got banned. Oh, really? Oh, it's gone. Interesting. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Twitch needs to approve all the 24-hour running streams or something. I don't think anyone can just leave a stream on indefinitely, although it's the sort of thing that they would probably be motivated to do. I mean, maybe there's like some sort of copyright worries or whatever.
Before the storm.
I threw on AI Seinfeld myself today. I can't believe we're doing that. Doesn't this seem pretty comparable? My problem is I really don't want to have to bother killing that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Hope he doesn't trade. I already have some streams running 24/7. Yeah, it's not that you can't have it. I think Twitch needs to approve them. And maybe they didn't approve that. Maybe they didn't ask. Oh my god, that is a bold.
Look at that.
Inside voices, please.
Pretend like I'm getting a bunch of guys. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they just concede.
You are victorious. This time.
Do you think he thought it was a potion? He thought I was gonna take it and bust it open? Would you ever consider a subathon? We did one. They're hard work, man. But yeah, maybe we'll do another one someday. Easy scam. Do you think we tricked them? Thanks, Sickle. Ride off into the sunset, never come back. It's a fun run of games. I mean, I'm pretty stoked for 5-0. Certainly not expecting that out of the deck.
Might makes right.
We've gotten a double mount in 2 or 3 games already. Could maybe even keep the silence thing. Nice gameplay. -1 HS player. I think that they had a very, very greedy line not trading the first one off there. You play into Potion of Madness, you play into Silence, you play into Nova. I think you can trade it and then put the other buff on the second one. Would have been smarter. Play it on one of the 3/2s that spits out What did we play? We had a 2-1 on board. Like, he could have traded it. And you know, he wouldn't have removed any power, but he's got to go through him at some point. Oh my god, I'm getting just absolutely decimated here. Oh, I can play that. Watched more AI Seinfeld in the NHL All-Star Weekend. That was a train wreck of a weekend event. I've just never cared about the NHL All-Star Game, even being very, very passionate about the NHL. When I was younger, I cared a lot about the NBA All-Star Game and the MLB All-Star Game and the home run derby and you know, the dunk contest and three-point contest. These days, I mean, I'm old. I don't care about any of that stuff.
A fine purchase.
The damned stand ready.
I have to go to work and I can no longer watch your stream. Have a good day. Hey, Lexus, you do the same, but, you know, have a good day. I like three-point competition in the NBA. The one, get star players and they actually care about it somewhat. Yeah, I actually think that that's probably the best event they have. And when I was a kid, you know, everybody loved the dunk contest. And I liked the three-point contest, but now I'd agree. It seems like not even much of a comparison.
It's all in your head.
Okay, let's do that so that we can play those two potentially. Where'd you get the clip? Quantum programmed like an AI bot to troll me.
Wanna blow something up?
Okay. It's not my bomber, but you know, it's a bomber. Also, other events are really geared towards kids and locals. Yeah, like, I mean, you know, it kind of is what it is. It's not really a big deal. It doesn't bother me. Most of the players get a break, and that's probably nice. Some of the best players get showcased, so like kids can kind of like experience it and see all their favorite players in one spot. If you're, like you said, for locals, if you're there, it's probably a nice little boost for the city. All the restaurants probably pick up some extra hotels, and they probably get some extra money. And like, I don't know, there's probably events. I've never gone to an all-star weekend or anything. Silence, not silence.
You wish to live forever. I've got more left in me.
But yeah, I imagine there's like signings and, you know, you can like watch them dribble around and whatnot. Watch a lot of wrestling. Oh yeah, a lot of WCW, WWF, the Attitude Era and stuff like that. Yeah, they don't bother me. Everybody always complains about everything about All-Star Weekend now, and it's like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, like I'd be like, oh man, like 3 or 4 days, no games, this stinks, and oh man, like this dunk contest was boring, this stinks. Like now it's just like, whatever. 3 days without basketball games or football games, like, it's okay. We'll get through it. I like to watch ladies wrestling in the mud. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually watched that.
Time waits for no one.
I can't imagine it would be the worst viewing experience.
King's honor, friend.
Stormwind will endure.
I'm just trying to scare him, but I don't think it's working. I was kind of really hoping he'd be AFK. I kind of felt like it would help me out. I need to silence both. Oh, there is a card that silences both. I just didn't get it, huh? That would actually have been very strong. I'd still probably be behind though, like too far behind maybe. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
You have. I will pray.
Remember, there's a 5-4 in here and a 4-2 in here, and we can't barely deal with what's on board right now, and we're gonna play nothing, so. Turkish wrestling. Well, this is Turkish oil wrestling. I don't see any ladies. Where they wrestle while covered in oil. Competitors are held in proving grounds.
All will serve me in death.
Light makes right.
There's an awful lot of gentlemen wrestling in oil in the Turkish wrestling pits. And that looks like something I would not like to participate in. have any guys in WWE that are basically just stuntmen anymore? I'm talking about Mick Foley style. Yeah, that stuff I haven't watched. I have no idea what they do now. It seems silly to be invested at all. But then again, I'm trying to convince people to watch me play Hearthstone Arena, so really, who's the silly one, right?
A fine purchase.
Turkish wrestling is when you beat bald bull in Wii Punch Out. Is that right? That sounds right.
I have things you never
Bald
knew
bull.
you wanted.
Gotta beat him up. We play the Brawl event? No, I have no interest in that. I think it's a probably less enjoyable arena experience, or a constructed experience, for those of us that don't particularly like constructed anyway. Don't see a ton of value there. Am I reborning at 2-1? Maybe. I already didn't do it, so maybe not. You heard of the big hairy German bear? It's now extinct bear and it looks really cool. I haven't heard of that, no. You don't have any interest in the skin for 3 wins? No. No. Because you're really paying 1,000 gold or something, right, for a stupid skin? There's better skins for less gold that I don't want to buy in the shop, I think. I just don't really have interest in the skins in general. If they're not giving them to me for free, it's like, what's the point? What's the deal with Redbeard? He's not a beard and his hair is orange. Maybe this is why they banned the Seinfeld channel. Kill some stuff. It's not super beneficial.
Reactor core online.
Should I have to just light bomb? If you can play something else that dies to light bomb, that'd be super swell. You should look up photos of the bear. It's pretty good. German hairy bear. Is this like a...
We'll offer you aid.
I see some text that leads me to believe this is not an animal of any sort. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that from my search history, as well as Turkish oil wrestling. Those gentlemen weren't really doing it for me. Take one of his cards. How do I have so many cards that do absolutely diddly shit?
The damned stand ready. You wish to
I don't know.
live forever.
Fusion Mailed. Thank you, Fusion Mailed, for the follow. Of all the Seinfeld characters, who do you rate you the most? I'm definitely George. Oh, I'm definitely a George. We talk about it sometimes. I haven't seen you too much, Bobby, lately, but my Seinfeld spiel is when you're younger, I feel like everybody wants to relate to Jerry or feels like they relate to Jerry. And as I've gotten older, it's very clear that I'm a George as well. I was,
My fate is sealed.
I was watching season 1 or 2, or season 1 and 2, maybe season 1, like, and even today, I was watching, it's the end of the series, but I was watching season 1, and I'm like looking at George, and I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, he's really not that fat. And when I was a kid, I was like, oh, like little fat George, like, like fat bald, yeah. And I was like, anyway, I was watching, I was like, I think George has more hair than me. I think I may be fatter than George. I think George might have a more appealing shape at the very least than I do. It's like, and in the show, he doesn't have a job, and I'm like, I don't have a job. I don't know. It's like, George is kind of he's a relatable character. I feel like when I was younger, I thought Kramer was the funniest, and as I got older, George is clearly the funniest. I think George and Kramer for sure stand out, and then Jerry and Elaine, I think, feel more relatable, although none of them really feel like real people, but like more relatable. But I was watching today and it was like Newman was hanging out with Kramer a lot, and I'm like, man, like Newman's not even like that large. Like he's just like, you know, he's a little hefty, but it's like, you know, give me another couple years, I could be in Newman range. Yeah, you know, maybe.
Right makes right.
George seems heavier until you see Newman. Yeah, that's true too. Brainwashed to accept being fat. I'm not sure what that means, but
Never lose hope.
if I've been brainwashed, that's not good.
Well met.
Hey, you know what?
I've got more left in me.
It's 90s TV fat, not 2010s TLC fat. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way of putting it.
I'll take you with me.
I'm gonna drop this one down. We could make a 3-7 instead of a 2-5. That's just better. And then if we can kill this off, maybe we can make a 3-7 as well. Because everybody's too fat now. Not everybody. You ever seen so-and-so? Whatchamacallit? Who's-macallit? We're all unhealthy? I don't think that's true.
Close the gates.
I don't think that's at all accurate.
My fate is sealed.
Is someone injured?
You wish to live.
I guess I'm gonna put it there because I don't want him to kill it, I guess. I could silence it. Or I can double trade it. Becomes a 3-4. I have to give this up instead of one of these. Okay, I'll silence it.
Side voices, please.
Oh, but I'm not. Oh, that doesn't work. This does nothing though. Do these two and ignore it. Maybe puts another buff on it. If he has an avenge, it's kind of annoying. You know what?
This can't be
Wish
good.
to live forever. Your fate.
Right away.
Newman was always overheated. Yeah, every scene he's just sweating. Notice that more. I love the Toxic Avenger. I listen to the Fury OST. Yeah, it's a good. He's a good artist, man. Have you checked out the newest album? At first, I liked some of it, but now I think I like all of it. I think it's really good. I think it came out relatively recently. December, maybe?
Reporting for duty. My dying breath is for this city.
This is a nice silence on, if the buff goes here, potentially.
Right away.
Inside voices, please.
So we'll bump here. We want that one to die. Heal that, or we could heal this.
That minion already attacked.
I think it's arguable either way. George is built like a primate. He had the peak human male body. George? Should we be thinking of the same guy? So what can I get? Something cool?
I have things you never knew you wanted.
Nova? Yeah, Nova looks okay. We draw a lot of cards. We draw a couple of cards.
Run for help!
My fate is sealed.
Just gonna ask a question. I know you're kind of busy, of course. Now would be a good time. I took a few days off, so I feel like I can answer questions a little easier today. If it's, I will say preemptively, if it's about the incident with Dreads, I'd like to leave no comment. I'd like for no comment to be my answer, if that's okay.
Right away.
I've been advised not to speak upon that. Just draw a card. Drawing cards is good. Mind Eater. Let's trade that. There's the guy we needed. You know what? I probably should have given that Reborn. If you got an all-expense paid trip to somewhere that kind of sucked, like Terra Huata, India, would you go? Sure. Terra Huata, Indiana. What's there? Nothing? All expenses? Is it like a nice hotel? Let's see. If you hit the images doesn't even make it look good, which is kind of rough.
Hey, I protect.
But do they have like one nice bar or anything? All expenses in Terra. How do you say that word? I paid for your entrance to the Larry Bird Museum in this example. I like Larry Bird. Yeah, I did. My mom loves Larry Bird. I'd go with her. Oh man, if we can get a third infinite in a row, man, that would be really great. Really cool.
Anduin versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild.
Light makes right.
Okay, I can throw that away on one. Larry on Winning Time was good. They made him out to be a real dick. I think he was. I think a lot of those guys were. Socks or no socks? Oh, no socks. I sleep completely naked. No socks. I'm not a monster. The hick from French lick, as he's known around those parts. Is that what they called him? That's I mean, it's a pretty good nickname.
I have things you never knew you wanted.
I'm gonna take that. I sleep with socks, but not on my feet. Ew. Ew.
The better.
If he doesn't kill it and I can buff it, that'd be kind of cool. What if you're called to action in the middle of the night, Mr. Red? Even just boxers could make the difference. What action am I being called to?
My fate is sealed.
Larry hated Sean Kemp because Kemp broke a bunch of his state records. Oh yeah. Any fight to the death works better when you are stark naked. I sleep past noon, so there's times where I'm called to action by people knocking on my door. You know, that happens to me too. Just for those that may, that was a joke about Drents. We don't have, there's no incident, and for the 37 private messages I just received, Drents and I'm just kidding around. I wish I got Potion of Madness this turn. That would be pretty nice. Could silence just that one.
Don't keep your thoughts to yourself.
Oh, yeah. How many ultimate infestations do you think this guy is holding? 2 chances? Yeah, could trade it away. Then I don't get a minion on board. I could have got something that maybe killed it anymore. Excuse me. Oh, it's been that bean I had for dinner. Some turd messaged me and then I checked the Discord. Who messaged you?
Natural mistake.
Oops, big mistake. What happened? Okay, so what can I do here? Trade it. It's -3 to the board.
I must consider.
And sucks. Problem is I want to be able to stop a mount if it goes face. I don't know what else. A bone mare if he's bold enough to bone mare and then go face. Might have another round of buffs for all we know, right? It cleared they didn't order. Oh really? That's good for me. So now I might at least be able to trade some of these off. Some of these have to die me. Now if this is the problem. If this is an ultimate infestation, then I'm just screwed, right? Can shrink them. Hey, there's the card I needed earlier. Not very good anymore.
I spread the master's will.
Quiet down.
Alright, we'll see. I believe that is a discounted spell. So if it was an ultimate infestation, it should be castable, no? So what would it be that you wouldn't cast? Could be like one of those spells, deal 4 damage to my base or something. Could be. Is it normal to be ZK with 40 health, 4 death strikes on Reno? Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm just dead anyway. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Yeah.
I spread the master's will.
Alright, Sunwell claims another victor. Okay, that's not too bad though. 6 wins. Didn't feel like we high rolled the deck. Definitely didn't high roll our opponent that match there. Just never found, I guess we never found a Sunwell of our own. Didn't have many ways to, but never pulled anything good out of anybody's deck.